Hi, I'm Bill Musick from Integrity 3D. In my work with hospice boards and chief executives, many of the people I work with may feel overwhelmed or frustrated by applying traditional methods of strategic planning to today's changing environment. What we see today is something that people often refer to as a VUCA environment. That's V-U-C-A, standing for volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. That's an acronym that really well defines healthcare today. Adaptive planning is a phrase that's often applied to a new approach to strategic planning, and I want to contrast that with traditional approaches. The first way that adaptive planning differs from traditional strategic planning is that it focuses on identifying patterns rather than collecting data. Too often in the past, strategic planning has involved exhaustive data collection, when in fact it's really the trends and patterns that are most important to identify. A second point of difference is really that a focus on experimenting versus predicting. And as I've already mentioned, with so much change going on, it's almost impossible to predict what's going to happen. So the focus here is really on experimenting, hopefully with small pilots that give you the ability to try something, figure out if it works. If not, go back and redo it. A third way that adaptive planning is different is that it focuses on strategic screening criteria as opposed to a thick implementation plan in a binder. Because of the constant changes in our environment, an organization really needs to have an ongoing iterative process of looking at strategy as opposed to one fell swoop every couple of years. So what I recommend to organizations is that they use their screening criteria on a regular basis to, first of all, revisit whether those criteria are still valid, and secondly, to look at what are any new opportunities on the horizon that may not have appeared even a month or two ago. Adaptive planning usually can happen much more quickly than the traditional strategic planning approach. And it extends, though, further in that I would recommend that in almost every board meeting there be time allotted for some sort of strategic discussion. Many board members find that that gives them more engagement with the organization because that's where they feel like they can add value to the organization that they're passionate for. The final difference between adaptive planning and traditional strategic planning is that everyone is involved in the process, both in the formulation and the execution of the strategic plan. These new approaches support an agile and flexible organization. If you'd like to talk further about how your hospice and palliative care organization might move forward in these areas, give me a call.